Hello, Yvonne. How are you? You ready for this? The most delicious chicken in the whole world? I'm just trying to get a good camera angle. Hey, babe. Thanks for watching. Well, so this guy is getting nice and hot. I like to use the griddle because it allows me to cook more at once, since I'm going to cook up this whole thing. So it's 2 pounds. So I'm going to cook up all 2 pounds at the same time. So we're going to let this continue to get nice and hot. I like to use the leg meat of the chicken because I think it's tastier. I don't like my meat to get dry, and so if you start with chicken breasts, it's gonna, in my experience, tends to get dry faster. So I prefer the leg meat because it stays moist, if that's the opposite of dry. So while we're letting this get super hot, I like to use sea salt. We kind of put in the picture. I'm currently trying this Celtic. It's much more coarse. I like to use sea salt, whether it's coarse or not. I think that is one of the key parts to this whole thing. And use a generous amount. Also, with any of the other seasonings that we're going to put on, a fairly generous amount of seasoning. We're going to put just a little bit of oil on here now that it's starting to get hot. And so we're going to put the chicken on. And I put there's always like a flat side and then a more textured side. I'm going to go ahead and put the flat side down. And I like to put the flat side down because then I can season the top. My seasoning will get into all the little cracks. And so after the salt, we're going to do just a little bit of garlic. A little bit. It's coming out a little faster than I expected. But a little bit is the idea. I like to cook. I find it's much more of an artsy. I'm a better cook than I'm a baker. I don't like to follow the rules. And so I kind of just go with the feel. I don't know that I ever cooked the same chicken twice, just because it's less of a science. It's more of an art for me. But so I threw in some dried onions. We'll go, I don't know, something different. Do some mustard powder this time. Why not? But I like to season the tops while the bottom is cooking. Also, I left the meat I let the meat get to room temperature before we started cooking. So it's been thawed. It's not. I didn't pull it right out of the fridge and then threw it on here, right? So we're just gonna let that go. Now, something I've learned over the more times that I've been doing this, particularly, so we're cooking it's just over 2¼ pounds of chicken that's getting cooked all at the same time. And I don't intend on all of this getting eaten right now. So we're going to put some of it into containers to be saved for next time, right? So sort of like a meal prep idea. So if we're meal prepping chicken, that means I'm going to eat it tomorrow. So it's going to be in the fridge, and then we're going to reheat it. So with chicken, that is the intention of it, is to be reheated. I am not going to cook it all of the way right now. This is why I have a really hot pan, because I want to sear the outsides as much as possible, so that when we reheat it in the microwave in a day, the juices stay in, and we'll reheat it in the microwave for the minute or 3 required to sort of cook it, so that the insides get to that, they get fully cooked, whatever the 160 degrees or whatever it needs to be on the inside, so that you don't get sick or whatever. But I find that most people tend to overcook chicken, particularly. And so we just want to keep it on the slightly less cooked side, because that's what makes it more yummy. But so we'll just let this bottom go for a while. Just kind of leave it alone, but get the seasoning into all the little cracks and stuff of the top part. We're definitely starting to go pretty nice. But of all the meals that I cook for people, it seems the chicken and the meatloaf are the most popular. So, I mean, I don't even know that I need to make meatloaf. Maybe we'll try that next time. I'll show you how I put all this stuff together for the meatloaf. But
Can you angle it so that they can see how much seasoning you put on this?
how much seasoning?
Yeah, can you angle it?
I can't angle anything.
You can't see with the light. Can't you just like do a close-up?
Hey,
Okay.
sure. Like, I don't know. You want to see that right there? Kind of what the chicken's looking like so far. Tried to really cover it with the different seasonings or whatever. Not a ton of the onion, but there was a bunch of salt on there. We'll probably put more salt on it again when it comes back. But for now. Oh, thanks, Yvonne. Meatballs, too. Maybe we'll do those. I don't even remember how I made those guys.
I do.
Basically, it's just meatloaf rolled up into a ball without the special sauce. But these are getting there. Pretty close. I like the bottom starting to get nice color to it. thanks, Vicky. Yeah, the curry was good too. I liked it a lot. So I let the kitchen go, or the chicken get that just a little bit of brown on it. I don't know if you can see that, but it's just a little brown, and we flip it over. Now we'll season this side a little bit. Because there's not so many crevices, I'm not going to worry about the coarse sea salt this time, but we will do this that I've got in the shaker is this real salt. It's fantastic, and you can get it on Amazon in these bags, or it comes in little shakers. This stuff is great. The reason I like this salt so much is it has iodine in it naturally. They don't have to add iodine to it later. I'll put you down because I need 2 hands again. So this side, we'll go ahead and we'll put a little bit more garlic on the back. I need a better shaker because this comes out way too fast. And just because I don't like the color, what?
Okay.
Oh, you just wanted to say hi?
Yeah.
Scoot over here so people can see you. Say hi.
Hi.
Do you have any special, like, anything to tell the whole world?
About your dad's chicken. The whole world, Dad.
Well, my dad's chicken is good.
Okay, well, about anything else doesn't need to be about
Yeah,
chicken.
that is really
No.
true.
A message to the people that are watching. Anything? Nothing. All right. I guess we'll have to save it for next time. What was I gonna? I want something with some. It's too brown. We need something red. Well, we're gonna go ahead and cheat, and we're gonna use some steak rub. It's meant for steaks, but we're gonna put it on this chicken because I think it's gonna be just fine
And delicious.
and delicious. Yep,
That's what he thinks.
And the same
and
color.
delicious. Again, it's about the look of the thing. And so then we just let this guy go for a little bit. I'm not gonna worry too much about. Sometimes if there's a real thick piece, I don't know what part of the leg it is, but it's the same part every single time that gets super thick. I might turn that one on its side to just sort of seal in that one edge too. So these are getting pretty close. The thicker parts aren't quite all the way to where we like them. If you get a particularly big section of chicken leg stuff, you can always cut it so that it cooks a little bit more evenly. Like I'm going to cut this piece. So,
Nothing. I'm just.
oh, you're trying to wave? You too, Yvonne. We're having a good time. I'm not really staying in like I'm supposed to. Because they can't tell me what to do. I do what I want. But I hope you're enjoying your vacation. I hope to have you back sooner than later. Hope to be in the gym again sooner than later, honestly. As much as staying home's been nice. But yeah, so I mean, we're getting some nice color on this one. It smells delicious.
It's that color. That green color. Yeah.
But mostly we care about whether or not it's been cooked. We don't want to go to the part where it's cooked too much. If these are going to be consumed right away, we'll cook them just a little bit longer. But these guys are done. These guys are done. So how long is this? How long have we been on here? It doesn't tell me. But it's only been a couple of minutes. So we got 2 pounds of chicken, leg meat, cooked. I'm going to go ahead and remove it from this.
Ooh, what's this?
It's the thing that holds the... It's supposed to suck up the blood
Sid.
and the juices from the meat and stuff.
Sid.
And there you go. Now you know all the secrets to how I cook the delicious...
Chicken.
Can you see that? Delicious chicken. These guys love it. Everybody I make it for at the gym loves it. So, keys. I think the biggest parts to this is that you use a fair amount of sea salt. You use chicken meat, and don't overcook it. Avoid leaving it on for too long. Hope you are able to make some delicious chicken for yourself. See you next time.
To the sky. That was a small piece. This is the best chicken I ever had.
Well, besides the chicken that you made before.
Yeah. I feel like a restaurant making chicken, so.
Is it good?
Very good.
Is it good?
Yes, it's good.
Well, come get some.
I'm pretty soon.
It's over there.
It's actually delicious.
This is why you always have a med kit rolling.
Okay, time to watch.
Gotta share your honest opinion with the world. Let us know if it's good.
He will. He's very honest.
Dad, right now is what this. No.
Yeah, no, eat it. It'd be delicious.
Oh, yeah.
It's amazing.
There you have it, folks.
What's the best part you ever had?
The best part they've ever had. The best chicken they've ever had.
Best part?
Yep.
Best part.
Well, he had the best. He had the little,
Oh.
the crispy end.
I need a knife.